people start ordering, I think more farmers will get into it.
Welcome to the Caffeinated Couple Podcast with your hosts, Mark and Lisa. Oh, what are you having? I'm gonna have a double shot espresso. You want a latte? All right, let's get caffeinated. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Well, that was weak.
I know. It just didn't come out.
Lisa's on day after gardening. Hi Diane.
Everything hurts today.
Hi Jane. Yeah, Lisa's hurting today. She's her body's all beat up from digging in the garden. That's why I didn't go out there and dig. So one of us is capable.
Yeah, that's why. That's exactly
So
why.
yeah,
you
I still haven't even walked the dogs.
Oh, it's gonna rain.
I did bake today, but I did keto. Hi Diane. I did keto baking. I baked 3 loaves of bread that just come out of the oven. Be interesting because they look
Almost
little
like
bit
a
more...
banana bready kind of thing,
Yeah.
not like a bread.
Hi Nikki. Yeah, keto loaves. So I made 2 olive loaves and 1 regular. So I'm gonna cut into one after and see how they turn out. So I had to do something.
You can post pictures later.
I have, yeah. I took some pictures, so I'll post it on the Health First Living page. So, what else you got? What else we got today? We're gonna let's check out some birthdays. Oh, I saw one. What was that? Julian Lennon. Julian Lennon, John Lennon's son, would be sick. He would be 57. 57. Wow. How's that? Yeah, born in 63.
Oh, he looks like his dad.
And who else we got here? Do quick birthdays. Some of these people, I don't know who they are, though you probably all do. Half of them I can't pronounce their names. Sky Jackson, child actress. No idea. So yeah, I just thought ooh, geez, what happened? I don't know anyone having a birthday today. But
I guess birthdays are celebrated a little different now, aren't they?
Yeah, no. Oh, you know what? I think I did see one. It would have been Steve Jobs' birthday today, I think.
Oh, yeah?
I think Steve Jobs would have had a birthday. Or it's still his birthday, even though he's passed away, right? So, sad news on the American election front. I heard not too long ago that Bernie Sanders has dropped out. So that just turns everything inside out. If you're following that mess, that is an absolute insane turn of events. So basically, you're going to have Trump and Joe Biden running for presidency. That is absolutely crazy. It's like Dumber and Dumber. It is absolutely insane. You can't, either one of them is just crazy. Hey, Mike. So today we thought we would continue on from our conversation yesterday, because it was a very good conversation yesterday, and this is part 2. And we were talking about purchasing Sleepy Joe. Yeah, Sleepy Joe Biden. Oh, insane. More like creepy Joe Biden. We were talking about how we could create some sort of online local shopping information site. Now, I looked around, and there's a number of different pages and stuff out there, like where you can find information, but it's all kind of scattered around. So I did put a page together actually on markhenryrobinson.com. So maybe
you can link it.
Yeah, I will. But markhenryrobinson.com, I put a page there called The Village Project. Not the Village People, the Village Product.
Oh,
the
they
project.
were so much fun, the Village People. Why?
We could do that.
Yeah.
So I did start putting some stuff together and collecting some information. So I did start laying it out there. But I think what I'm going to do is so after doing that, it kind of got my brain going last night. And then I thought, well, maybe I would go to the idea of creating some sort of spreadsheet that I could put all the information, like all the things that we purchase ourselves, and then have columns of where we purchase it, the cost. So it's kind of like a budgeting system, but again, having links to where we can purchase the stuff, because sometimes you need more than one option if you're buying local, because you're talking small stocks. So with that said, we have two sons that are in the field of computers. So one is a computer programmer and one is a cloud engineer. So between the two of them, they can put everything together, the background stuff. So I think I'm going to try to start off with collecting information on the page, just so I have a page that has all the sites so it can easily be looked at. And then I'm going to, at the same time, create this Excel spreadsheet shopping list that we will use, that I can let other people use, though. But it's going to be all basically try to find as much local stuff as we want. So I'm going to, if we need eggs, where to get eggs, for example, whatever we need. So we're going to put that together, and then we'll build on that. So I'm not going to go real crazy at the moment, but there's enough to do there. So I think that's what we're going to do. We did check out the Kendall Hills Farms virtual farmers market. And Diane, you were right. That is the same. They have the kennel, so it is the same farm that you mentioned yesterday. So we did check it out. So it's worthwhile. So it's KendallHillsFarm.ca. If you go there, they deliver all over. They deliver to deliver to Toronto. I think
different
they even go to
area codes have
different days. So our area is on Sunday. So we went in today and had a look. I was able to put my name in and address. I wasn't able to put my payment information, though it said I could. So I think maybe they've got a glitch there. But what's going to happen is you can fill your cart in there today, but they're not going to go live until tomorrow at about 12. So 12, I should say about, they said 12, and they'll probably be right on 12. So 12 o'clock tomorrow, Thursday. If you fill your cart today, Thursday go in,
and just
open it up, pay for it, and then you can start the process from there.
Yeah, I'm excited to try it.
Yeah, because the Kendall Hills themselves are a mushroom farm, so they have some really good mushrooms. And I didn't realize they have lion's mane, and I take lion's mane supplements for my brain because it's very good for your brain.
For brain function.
It is very good for your brain. So I usually take one of those a day. I usually put lion's mane in my coffee.
Made one of those.
And cordyceps too. I use cordyceps too. It's good for your energy levels and stuff like that. So mushrooms are great for things like that. And I do notice a difference, definitely. So we're gonna try out some oyster mushrooms. I think we put in there some different things. Yeah. So we put together an order. I put some sausages in. You put, what else did we get? Sausages. Some microgreens.
What else did we? Oh, we got some cheese.
Got some cheese. So yeah, it's kind of like an experiment. It'll be kind of like our little Easter basket present. So,
as the season develops, we'll have more variety of things you can get, right. I'm sure.
So their delivery day for our area out here in Clarington is on Sunday. So to order Thursday and it would come Sunday. So great, we'll try it out.
Keeps me from going to a grocery store, so I'm quite happy.
But it is very selective though. They're obviously, you can't go in there and buy a head of lettuce because there's no local lettuce. Well, there is. Lynx isn't on there, but see, that's the thing. This is selective too. They put their market together. It could be connected with friends of other farmers. So
I think more farms will join as they see what's happening. I think so
too. Now, Crumbs wasn't on there, but there was. Now I know Crumbs Bakery, we talked about them yesterday. They've been overrun with orders, and I think what they did was they had to shut down their website because everyone was ordering bread from them. So what an amazing
for Easter,
but it would be an ongoing thing because if a grocery a grocery store is not supplying and there's no bread on the shelves,
or people don't want to go.
Don't want to line up in that, and someone is saying, listen, we'll make fresh bread for you for pretty much the same price, maybe a few cents more, whatever it is, doesn't matter. We'll deliver it to you. No brainer in my part. So I think the reason for adding this discussion and adding this into our chats was to kind of, you could say coach, inspire, kind of almost tell people, listen, this is a good idea. We should be cashing in. Sure, I'd rather just go into Loblaws. It saves the hassle. No, you got all the time on your hands right now. Train yourselves to say, you know what? It's very important that I take a little bit of time out, order what I need, get it locally, support the local, but at the same time, get a good product and learn to slow down a little bit. And I think in return, to me, slowing down might actually you get organized, and I think in the long run, you save more money. I honestly believe from my experience, when we're running around with our heads cut off, we spend more money. We waste it. So I think even though some people might think at times we're extremely organized, behind the scenes, we're not. We're not. We have situations. I mean, our house, when we did our dining room, we put this island in with there's 15 drawers in our dining room because of all, we might want to put away all this podcast stuff after, but we're going to do it tomorrow, so it goes in the drawers. So we designed our life around our busy schedule, and we're busy because we want to be busy, and that's the other thing. But at the same time, have to be. We work that way. That's I think as a couple, that's one of the things that attracted us to each other was we're both hungry to do stuff, and we're willing to help, so we help each other. So that's very important. So I am going to pursue doing this village support thing. I still haven't got a really good name for it, but it'll come. But help a village, build a village, support a village, whatever it is. I think what I'm doing basically is, and we talked about yesterday, is I'm creating this little village that where you can find places to supply, good foods for us. And I think moving forward,
and support the farmers at the same time.
Exactly. Support these local people. We know ourselves. Being in the service contracting business, I am reliant on, obviously it's going to be local, but I know what it's like to have people reach out and want my work based on the fact that I've been referred or they've seen my work and they like it. And it's the same thing if someone's selling bread or selling meat. The reason they're getting more orders is because the product's been spoke of. So I think that's, no one goes around, complimenting, sometimes I guess you would. I guess you could say the butcher at Loblaws gives you a good cut of meat. I mean, you do get that sometimes. You used to get it less and less and less now. But, so I think that's important. And I lost my train of thought. There was something else I was going to say. But yeah, and I was going to mention that even with, us doing the little coffee delivery thing every week. I mean, you're not gonna pay your mortgage on something like that, but we do maybe at the end of the day helps us buy our coffee and some other supplies. But at the same time, it's given us that we feel like we're helping people out a little bit, and we're offering a service, and we're passionate about coffee. And it's great that we can continue that, because people know us for that. So, it's great. We have people calling us up now asking, do you got a pound of coffee we can get off you? And it's great. So we understand that. And with the cafe, I think that's where I was going. With the cafe, we understand what it's like to support a community local. I mean, all the things we did. People came into the cafe because they love supporting the local cafe. And, we provided a great environment for them, a cozy place. I mean, these chats we're having right now, we had at the counter with people. Yeah. If it wasn't that busy, someone would come in and they'd be sitting there having their coffee, and we would be having this conversation.
Well, we'd be having many conversations.
Yeah, but no, not that, but a conversation like this, we'd be talking back and forth. Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, everything's like, you're not going to buy a head of lettuce off somebody and then find out if it's wilted. You're not going to go back just for the sake of going back. There definitely is a responsibility.
I think she meant the cafe.
Oh, well, I think in general, though, that's what I'm saying, yeah. But well, we had good suppliers, Tim. we had good suppliers. There's inside joke there because Tim is a sales representative for Neil Brothers. So all of you that like
Neil Brothers the best potato chips.
Yeah. Oh, I'll get my Spotify out and play. What do you want to hear? Some Pink Floyd?
Have Charlie sing along.
Yeah. No desire yet to play, Mike. I'm quite happy just doing this. That's your job. You got to play. Are you doing a show this weekend, Mike? You going to do a live stream again? I think you do for a weekly show. Got a lot of
Tim meant us.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying I was having fun with you, Tim.
His profile picture
That's a great,
cracks me up.
That's a great profile picture you got there. I remember doing that photo shoot, Tim. You look great there. Oh, Saturday at 8 o'clock. So Mike, who's in the chat right now, his duo, Mike and Ed Rispoli, who he plays with, are two people that I used to play with. Ed was in my band for years, and Mike and I and Ed did a fun project for a few years after the main band stopped. Mike and I were neighbors. That's how we met. And so they got a great duo. They do a lot of originals. If you like, they're kind of like a Blue Rodeo, Glorious Sons kind of mash. So Tragically Hip a little bit. So go check them out. Really good. So they're doing something. They're called Mic'd. So Mike and Ed put together is Mike with a D on the end. So yeah, check them out on Saturday at 8 p.m. So yeah, so going local. I really hope more people do go local after this. It's crazy how in times like this, some businesses are obviously not doing too well, and some are just flourishing, and also they're probably coming up with new ideas. So it works both ways, and I think without something like this, they wouldn't have this farmers market. Excuse me, this virtual farmers market may never really have taken off. Who knows? I mean, now we're more virtual than ever. So I think that's. I think it's one of those things you just got to take the good with the bad and move forward. And Trudeau spoke today, didn't he? I listened to a little bit of it. It was basically talking about funding, helping people out. And what I really liked about Trudeau talking today was they had one of the things for businesses getting funding, you had to show that your March this year was 30% less than last year. That's what their initial guidelines was. You had to have, so if you're a business, for example, but right now, as of March, you're not or as of past March, you weren't doing very well. So you'd be obviously doing less sales. So they wanted you to show that comparing the numbers, you had done 30% less. And then I guess some people said that's kind of hard because we were open for half of March, so maybe 15 is better. So anyways, he came on today and said that we listened to the people, we took their comments, and we've made changes. We're cutting it back to 15%. And then if there's any other issues from there, we will look into it. So I thought it was fantastic how they were like, you know what? You guys have got a great point. We're going to make changes. And when I hear a government do that, it excites me because they're listening to the people. I think that's a really, really good thing they did.
Compared to
obviously, I don't have 100% of the details, but that's what I heard him say. That was basically his words. So we're gone back. We've looked at the 30%. You guys are right. We're going to cut it back to 15. You only need 15. So yeah, I think it's great. So good stuff there. So as far as I didn't really there was so yeah, I started to look for butter today. I started to look for butter, local butter. I didn't look a lot. I know Gallery on the Farm does have butter, and I messaged them. I did it lazily. I messaged them. I didn't call them directly, so I'd never heard back from them yet.
Oh, they're
But
probably busy.
usually I message them on Messenger, but I didn't hear back from them yet. I could have called them, but I haven't sourced it. But then Lisa sourced it and with 3 blocks in the freezer. So we don't need it. So, but yeah, so that's it. So yeah, I will continue to work on the page and put some things back. But you can go and see what I put there. Basically, with the ones we talked about yesterday. Diane had mentioned Linton's produce farm. I think it was called Produce Farm or Vegetable Farm. But anyways, I put that one up. I found that. There was also a farm up in Janetville that looked pretty neat. I should quickly pull it up while we're talking. But
what kind of farm?
It was yeah. Does anyone know the farm in Janetville? They had all kinds of stuff. Let me just pull this up here. Dead air, not good. Lisa should be covering me.
Yeah,
They teach you that in radio school. Don't let you fill in for the
class.
It was called, the other one was called Lunar Rhythm Gardens.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Certified organic, CSA approved. They grow fresh produce. So what I did basically on this page is, if you go into this link, I've just called it Village Project on my website, and basically it will give you an option to it'll give you an option to link, click on their name, and you'll go to their page. And also a second link you can click on to go to their page, and directions if you quickly want to get the directions to get there. I put that in as well.
Janetville.
So yeah, this one is, I'll quickly just pull it up. It's Lunar Rhythm Gardens. And I was looking, another great site is Durham Fresh. If you go to Durham Fresh, you'll find a lot of local farms as well. So someone's already done all the work, Durham Fresh. There's tons of farms in there, so you could search farms there. So it seems kind of silly.
I've run out of my apples, so I got to find some.
Yeah, it seems silly.
Apples.
It seems silly to do what Durham Region Fresh is already doing. So I'm trying to create a different approach because I want more than that. So they do a spring share and a summer share. Now their spring share says it's all sold out, but I'm just going to go to their main menu and their products. For example, they do veggies. Obviously, they grow veggies, which they do eggs, chicken, and turkey, beef, and pork. So it's worthwhile looking into what's their ground beef price. Ground doesn't say. Oh, maybe it's down here. Other beef, ground beef, $8 a pound, which is a pretty good standard price for organic beef. That's what I paid down at Gallery on the Farm, $8 a pound for organic beef. So yeah, definitely. I'll add more of those. I'll find little gems. I'm kind of looking forward to looking for the little places. Like Lisa and I said, we're going to start getting some local soaps to use. And do that. We're looking forward to getting our greenhouse going too. The stuff is the seeds are growing, they're looking strong, so I'm excited about that. I think this will be the first year we're going to get full use out of the greenhouse for a long time.
Yeah. Well, we had the cafe, so time was.
Oh, and you got hold of some. Lisa's gonna find her information because. Diane, you might even like, anyone might like this, but Lisa, herbs and stuff, there's a supplier, local supplier, and I think, I'm not sure how Lisa knew of the person, but they sell things like...
Well, no.
Well,
so
how did it start?
I saw a friend's post on Facebook.
Right.
It's actually that. And they're selling Easter lavender.
Oh, hold on.
And
Hendricks.
$5 from every sale is going to...
Scroll back so we get the name. It's Hendrick.
No, it's right there.
No, that's the person's name.
Hun, you have to read through the whole thing.
Yeah. Is that who they are? Just Hendrick greenhouses, usually sold at Metro and Costco. So you know, is it Friedman Herbs? What who grows it? They're just grown by all different people, but they're brought in.
Yeah.
So basically, what it is the supplier who would be supplying stores like Metro with all the herbs that they would sell outside, and that, well, they're not selling like they would have sold. So this local supplier is offering them out to people. So basically, it's buying the same stuff you'd buy in Metro, but
you could read what was written.
I'm the reader.
You're the reader. I haven't got my glasses. Just read it out loud.
Okay, so with the shutdown of many businesses, they have canceled orders, so they're here to help. So to help them out, I guess. So it's Hendrick Greenhouses, tropical plant gifts, usually sold at Metro and Costco. Freeman Herbs, a variety of different herbs sold in many grocery stores and greenhouses. So basically, they were offering 3 plants to choose from: lavender anouk, lavender shrub, and lavender topiary. Also available is basil, depending on how you want to say it. But Lisa reached out to them, and turns out they had a whole bunch of other stuff that wasn't even on the list. So Lisa put together an order of that, which will be great. So
we'll getting our herbs.
We're getting that taken care of, and I think one of the things too is training yourselves to buy just what you need and not scattering it. So now you know what? That's your herbs. Go with it. Don't buy any more. You've made your decision. Don't go out to the store and say, "Oh, they got these on sale. Oh, they're clearing them out. Oh, I'm going to pick up 3 more of those." I mean, we've been bad for that. I know it. Can't hide the facts, and don't get sucked into the sales. So yeah, little things like that. So I think even a Facebook page would be good for this. Where they
plants. They're plants.
Yeah, plants. They're plants. They're already grown. Yeah. So I think here, you can give me some feedback on this, but I was thinking, as much as it's great to have a website, interaction like what we're doing here, I think the best platform for it is Facebook. So if you had a Facebook page that you could constantly be putting in local food. Now, I don't know if there's one of those now, but I think where you just go to a Facebook page that's your local village for your food, and then anytime someone, like if Tim or Diane or Mike or whoever's out and they find out, oh, geez, this place has this for sale, I'll let everybody know. And then that's one way of spreading it, because the people in the group doesn't have to be a big group. It's not about getting numbers. And I'm not in this to try to create some website that's going to go viral. This is this is just strictly like these little get-togethers. They're for
little
us.
Sanity social thing.
So I think the key would be to have a Facebook group that can share. Like I have that Health First Living Facebook page that I have, and there's like 170 people in there. And you know, in Facebook numbers wise, that's probably not a lot, but I know if I put 170 people in my backyard right now, it'd be chaos. So 170 people is a lot of people, and if I'm helping 1 or 2 people, then that's amazing, because by putting that information there, I'm helping myself. It gives me accountability and drive, and you know, that's really important. I have friends all the time contact me like, help me with keto, do this, do that. And I do. I just keep going. And, you know, sometimes they keep it up, sometimes they don't. And then all of a sudden someone else comes along and says, hey, I heard you do keto. Can you help me out? And I just basically direct them places, you know. I don't make lists and stuff for them, but I say, here, do this, do that. I mean, it's up to them in the long run, but it's nice to be able to throw some support out there. So I think I'm basically trying to find some sort of hub that people can go to and find out these neat little things. And like we're doing right now, you create a little friendly group that will share the information. And then hopefully it will also attract other people to come in that sell the stuff, which would be a great place for them to check in once in a while. Like, for example, Deborah was here yesterday, and Graham Creek Farms, and it's, giving some insight. That was a person that can help people out. And then, you know what? They may even put together little packages for us in the group or something like that.
We're the same way, Diane. Don't want to support Walmart. We want to support our local people.
Yeah. Now the other thing is too, like buying, stock items and things like that. Like, you need toilet roll paper and terrible. Why the hell that came to my head right off the bat? But you need your cleaning supplies and all that. Now there is a lot of cleaning supplies you can cut out because you can do other ways. So we can throw some tips in the page and stuff like that. So it's I just don't want it to kind of direct away from what it's supposed to be. So it's going to take some thought. But yeah, a little page. I don't mind having a little page that has maybe 50, 60 people on it that helps everybody out. Because sometimes people just join pages and they just don't do anything with it. You just want that. Even a closed group, you can do a page or you can do a group. You got two options. But no, I like the idea of people saying, hey, look what I bought today at so-and-so's farm. And then it's like, oh, that's great. Oh, they have that? Because a lot of times people help each other. It's like, that's why we want to call it a village, because you might all of a sudden go to that farm and see that they have asparagus in.
Can't wait for asparagus.
Then you can come back and tell everybody, guys, I'm at this place and they have asparagus, and I think that I'm trying to read comments. you read the comments and you reply. But I think
Jane said buying local products, services ensures better quality and personal attention.
Yeah, I think so too. And you meet more people, like all the people that I know that do stuff, that have local businesses, and you support them. And, it's such a nice feeling when you even walk into like our dry cleaners. When I walk in there, the guy who does our dry cleaning, and they do
they're pretty awesome.
Yeah, couple. And I know them. And when you walk in, it's like, hey, how you doing? How's things? And, and then you joke around because the guy plays golf and da-da-da-da-da. And it's just that little bit of community that you need, that we lack. You only get that in Walmart if you know the cashier.
Oh,
really.
Sometimes you don't even get that.
You do get somebody. So it is nice to be able to have that as well. So there's so much benefit to it. And then you find everybody looks after everybody too. You know what I mean? It's just a nice thing when everybody's supporting everybody that way. So, so I will contemplate the Facebook page maybe I don't know, we'll figure it out. But I'm glad we did 2 days of this, because having the day in between for me to think about it was good. So, yeah, that's why I thought, a Facebook page, maybe people sharing stuff. But I like the idea of someone being out on the road and comes across something where it's a good deal. You know what I mean? Or someone, might start getting people helping each other out. Whereas if I know somebody wants something from a certain place that's close to me and I'm picking them up and dropping them off, people might start helping each other that way. Who knows?
Maybe.
Who knows? So any questions out there? Any questions? You guys got anything before I go walk the dogs?
Anything new and exciting?
I don't know if we do we?
New and exciting? No.
Man, this is crazy. Just kind of hanging out. My mind is going 100 miles an hour, but I got to go out for a walk and a run today. I got to do that. And I got to try this bread out. I'm dying to cut into a loaf of olive bread.
Hopefully you won't yell at anybody today.
Yeah, yesterday was terrible. The people walking out. I saw an interesting article. For those that run, or even if you walk, and I thought about this. And when I run, I make sure I'm at least 20 or 30 feet away from somebody now. And I run on the other side of the street. And there's not that many cars, so I run on a pretty wide street. But if you're running and you're breathing heavy and you run by somebody who's 6 feet to your side, there's a good chance that that person or you are running into the path of their breath because you're moving fast, you're breathing heavier if you're running. So let's say you got two joggers, and let's say, for example, a group of us decide to go for a run, and we say, listen, guys, we got to keep 6 feet. To me, 6 feet is the minimum. You shouldn't even be 6 feet. So if I'm running behind Lisa and she's breathing heavy, and when you breathe heavy and run,
Dead.
we all know there's stuff flying out of your mouth. You're breathing heavy. You're breathing more. Your oxygen's coming in. You're pushing it out. That oxygen in the air. Now, if that wind is blowing towards you, all that breath, all that stuff in the air is coming right back into your face.
I'm going to use that one too, Diane.
Yeah, I'm not going running. I don't want to. But I see people doing this stuff. And, I ran close to a couple of people and I thought, you know what? I'm not doing that anymore. I stay far, far away from them. But it is surprising. That's why, like, when I saw the lines at Loblaws and 18 people in a parking lot 6 feet apart from each other.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I just thought, no, I can't do, biking too, riding by someone on a bike. And you're coming the other way and you think, oh, it's only going to be for a second. And you probably think people are probably holding their breath. I'm not going to breathe it in or I'm not going to breathe it out, maybe. That might not be a bad idea. If you both held your breath for 30 seconds while you're walking past each other, you're not breathing anything out, so nothing's in the air in that area. So there's that you could do. But Christ, you can't even get people to behave properly. Forget trying to get people to hold their breath.
Well,
I'm not holding my breath. People are going to hold their breath.
It is up to you to keep your social distance.
Yeah.
Some people don't care about it, so it is up to you.
Listen,
to
I think 70% of the population are idiots, and they're not going to. Not 70%, 30% of the population.
I was going to say
30% of the population are probably not. They just don't get it, and they're not. They just don't care enough to play by the rules. And I think 70% does, and I fall into that 70%. You do fall in that 70%. So you just got to look out for the other 30. You hear about it, you see it. I see it on my street. I saw two people walking kids the other day in strollers, and I looked and I said, well, what's the chance of them both be locked down in the same house together? It just, the way they were talking, just I'm like, oh, we're out for a friendly stroll. Or they may think to themselves, you know what, you guys aren't seeing anybody, you're playing it safe. We're staying home, so that means we're both probably, negative. So let's go, we can hang out together because we're not, they forget that they do go out to the store, once a week, or they're going here and there and everywhere. So I'm sure there's people that are doing that. I saw a couple sitting the other day with another couple. They were sitting on a driveway. It was a birthday party, and it was very windy out, and they were sitting about 6 feet apart from each other, and the wind was blowing around. And I'm thinking, you're talking away to each other 6 feet away. I can guarantee you that air is flowing your way sooner or later.
Of course.
So, yeah. So, absolutely silliness. So, all right. We will lock her down here. It's 4:38. There's still a little bit of the afternoon left. I'm going to go eat some bread. Lisa's going to go back to having a nap. I'm going to what? Not napping?
No, not today. Or I won't sleep tonight. And it's a horrible rolling effect.
Sounds good. Okay, so tomorrow I am doing a 4 o'clock editing session again on Snapseed. So if anyone wants to, I'm going to basically run over it again, maybe touch on some other things. Maybe some people can ask some questions. We'll give it another shot. We'll see what happens. Maybe some other people that weren't there the other day will come in and do it. So Snapseed editorial phone picture editing tomorrow at 4 o'clock. I really enjoyed it last time. It was a lot of fun. So thank you, everybody. Have a great Wednesday evening,
yes.
And we will see you tomorrow.
Bye.
See you guys. Oh, I got to find the little clicker. There we go. See you. Bye now.